Nobody does it better than Regent Seven Seas Cruises. Enjoy all-inclusive, unrivaled luxury with unlimited shore excursions, indulgent cuisine, personalized service and more aboard spacious all-suite ships. Visit rssc.com to experience the unrivaled.
Good evening, everyone. We've got playoff fast-pitch softball action for you here on the Mighty 920. The Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy in the elimination bracket of Section 1 Class A. They are the defending section champions. Take on the Mabel-Canton Cougars, I believe it is. The Mabel-Canton Cougars. They are, let's see here, 12-10 on the season. Cardinals are 6-12. Cardinals knocked off a higher seed to get here. The 11th seed knocked off the 6th seed New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva earlier this week to progress to this particular game. As I mentioned, we're in the elimination bracket because they lost their last game at Lewiston Altura. Thriller score was 4-1. Meanwhile, the Faribault Falcons had a shot to beat Austin. They had people on base most innings. They just couldn't get that timely hit. They just concluded their game on a diamond near this one and saw their season come to an end. They were defeated by the Packers by a score of 7-1. It was 2-1 going into the bottom of the 6th inning when the Packers erupted for the 5 runs that were the difference in the game. Early on, the Falcons had a golden opportunity to tie the game at 1 apiece. There was an error by Austin in the infield, and unfortunately, one of the players they just didn't see the ball get by the infielder that she should have easily scored, but ended up being stranded at third base. And those are the little things that aren't so little in the sport of fast-pitch softball. So we'll see how the Cardinals fare today against Mabel-Canton. They, like the Faribault Falcons, have progressed during the course of the season. I saw both those teams early. I've seen both these teams late, the Falcons and the Cardinals, and it's kind of the same story. They got some youth and inexperience, just a couple of veterans really on the team from the team that went to state last year and placed third at the state tournament, the defending section champion Cardinals, and they are the defending section champs until somebody knocks them off. And hopefully they can pick up a win here. If they do win this game, they'll play again at 7 o'clock tonight. We would have that game on these airwaves as well, barring some weather issues. I do see off in the distance, it looks like we're going to get maybe some rain later tonight, but we won't worry about that now. Sun is shining brightly here in Austin, Minnesota. We're in the Todd Park. If you're on your way down, we're in the North Complex. There's a South Complex and a North Complex. We're in the North Complex. The weather here in Austin is 60 degrees. It says cloudy, but I can tell you that it is not cloudy. I would say partly sunny. I wouldn't say it's totally blue, but it's more blue than clouds. It is not cloudy. So whenever you look at weather on the phone, it quite often is not accurate, to be quite honest. Scott Trump, the head coach of the Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy, getting ready to bring his lineup card to the umpires. The head coach for the Mabel-Canton Cougars is Callie Berge, and she spells her last name not like the Berge that was the superintendent of the Faribault Public School, B-E-R-G-E. She spells it B-E-R-G-E-Y. Our KDHL All Prep Sports Boosters bring you this broadcast here today, including a couple of people that have jumped on board. Bethlehem Academy is supporting their team. Of course, graduation at BA is tomorrow, remember. The Channel Inn in Warsaw also jumping on board. They will be open on Memorial Day. Cashwise Foods in Owatonna, Community Resource Bank with branches in Faribault, in Northfield, in Roseville, and in Cannon Falls. Fairway Meat and Grocery, both the Owatonna and Faribault locations. Faribault Transportation, Federated Mutual Insurance, Harley's Auto Salvage, right across from the fairgrounds. J. Moles Bold in Faribault, where you always strike a great meal. Radio home for our Faribault Coaches Show on Saturdays. Owatonna Heating and Cooling, specialty personnel services out of Owatonna and Austin. And Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon also bring you our broadcast today from Todd Park in Austin. They are awaiting to make sure everybody's ready to go, and then they typically have everybody do a mass national anthem. I don't know if they'll do that or not.
At Community Resource Bank, they're more than just a place to manage your money. They're your neighbors, your supporters, your financial partners. Whether you're starting fresh or planning ahead, the team at Community Resource Bank is ready to help with banking that fits your life. Stop in, say hi, and see why more people are choosing Community Resource Bank. Community Resource Bank. Let's bank together. Member FDIC.
As a business owner, you understand the importance of protecting your reputation, workplace, employees, and financial assets. Our team is ready to help yours by creating a custom lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management service to help you stay at the top of your game. Contact your local Federated representative for more information today. Federated Insurance. It's our business to protect yours. Rated A+ Superior by AM Best Company.
I think we're waiting for umpires here. I don't see any umpires on our field. So that might be what we are waiting for. I thought they were waiting for all the fields to get done with their infield and everything, and then they'd have an overall national anthem as this is supposed to start this next segment of games. Section 1, Class 3A got done with their games. We're now in Section 1 Class A ball, and the umpires have just arrived on the field, number 6, if you're coming to the game, at the North Todd Park location.
Fire up the grill and celebrate Memorial Day with hot deals at Cashwise Foods. Stock up and save on Four Brothers Signature Smokehouse Premium Fresh Mega Bratwurst Links. Just $3 for $5. Perfect for your backyard barbecue. Add a sweet touch with Driscoll Strawberries, 2 for $5. And don't forget a summer favorite sweet corn, only 5 for $3. Kick off summer with fresh flavors and unbeatable savings at Cashwise.
The Channel Inn on Cannon Lake in Warsaw is a great place to unwind after a hard day or week. The pizza has become a favorite for Channel Inn friends. Try the taco or dill pickle pizza. The burgers are scrumptious and are $2 off on Thursday evenings. Daily lunch specials Tuesday through Sunday begin 11 a.m. Night specials too. All you can eat fish Fridays. Saturday night is ribs night, and all you can eat roasted chicken. There's a kids menu, so the whole family is welcome. Celebrate a special occasion or just take a night off from cooking with a trip to the Channel Inn in Warsaw. Yeah, Channel Inn. Oh, man, do they have terrific vittles. You want to get over there. They're open on Memorial Day from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Of course, they do graduation catering. They typically they would really appreciate a month lead time. So, you could still graduations tomorrow for BA. But let's say you wanted to have the graduation open house at the end of June or middle June or something like that off in the distance. Maybe rent a shelter at one of the parks in Faribault or something. That sounds like a great idea. Well, they would cater it there from the Channel Inn. Karaoke will be on hand on Saturday this weekend, 8 o'clock karaoke at the Channel Inn in Warsaw on Cannon Lake. They'll have a noon sip and paint event. Americana Fun includes lunch, $25 per painter. All ages are welcome. To register, phone 507-339-1770 if that sounds like something fun. 507-339-1770 at the Channel Inn in Warsaw. Terrific food. I am absolutely crazy about their burgers. They've got really good burgers. Their taco pizza is phenomenal. I've been told. I'm not a dill pickle guy, but they tell me dill pickle pizza there is phenomenal as well. So if you're a dill pickle person, you might want to take it in. It doesn't look like we're going to have a national anthem. They had one at 3:30. They're not going to do it again at 5:30. As the Mabel-Canton team has taken the infield, and our lineup for BA looks like this. Sarah Tobin will lead off and pitch, batting second. The second baseman, Kira Dreyer. Caitlin Bothan will play first base and bat third. Batting cleanup is Jana Lippert, the catcher. The left fielder, Addie Weesey, is batting fifth. And designated player is Nora Pettipiece. She'll be hitting for Elsa Dreyer, who is the right fielder. batting 7th. The third baseman, Evelina Caldera. The shortstop, Michaela Dienst, will bat 8th, and batting 9th will be the center fielder, Shay Hansen, for the Cardinals. In the pitching circle for Mabel-Canton is Tyler Wenthold. Wears number 6 on her uniform. Her battery mate is Haley Eichen. She is the catcher. At first base is Sierra Stores. At second base is Emma Hutchinson. At third base, at shortstop is Whitney Williams. At third base is Tari Snyder. In left field is Sodi Talasrud. In center fielder, Ella Heverson. And in right field, I think I told you who the right fielder was. So Tobin steps in. First pitch is high. It's a ball, 1-0. Sarah Tobin leading off. She has hit in the 3 spot and the 4 spot this season. I don't recall her leading off. And the pitch. It's inside, strike called, and it's 1-1. 1-1 to Sarah Tobin. Wears number 14 on her uniform. The pitcher taps the plate. The right-hander fidgets with the ball and delivers. It's hit toward third base. Third baseman will throw high. It's going to go over the head of the first baseman. And Tobin hustles down to second base, and the Cardinals got their first base runner on an error on the throw by the third baseman. Dreyer will step in. So the Cardinals have a runner in scoring position right out of the gate. As Dreyer steps in, don't be surprised to hear bunt here. We're going to have a courtesy runner go in. The courtesy runner for Tobin is going to be Addie Strouth. Addie Strouth will be running for Tobin here. She goes out to second base with a white helmet. Wearing a black helmet is Dreyer. Stepping up on that rubber is Wenthold, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Well, no bunt sign was on there. 0-1 the count. I thought they might bunt her over to third. Do that quite often in this sport. And the pitch. No bunt again. It's called strike in the inside corner is 0-2. So in a hole is Dreyer here with a runner at second and nobody out. As the righties pitch, swings and a high fly ball that is going to be caught by the right fielder. It wasn't deep enough to advance the runner. So 1 out. Caitlin Boffin steps in. Cardinals looking for a timely hit with a runner on base. A solid hit should score the runner. As Boffin steps in, wears number 15 on her uniform. She'll be graduating tomorrow in the pitch. It rolls over the feet. Going halfway down, runner from second. They elect not to throw the ball. It's 1-0. She was trying to force a throw. Coach Trump had her come halfway, and the pitch is again in the feet. This one's going to go by the catcher. She's going to stop at third base. But on the wild pitch, she goes to third. And it's a 2-0 count to a very good hitter, Boffin, with a hitter's count. The number 3 hitter in the order. Season ago, it was such a shame that she got hurt. I honestly think the Cardinals would have been in the title game had she been in the lineup. And the pitch. Had that knee injury. She fouls it off, and it's going to go 2-1. Didn't quite get all of that pitch. You can probably hear the wind. There's a little more wind down here than there was up in Faribault earlier today. It's a little breezier down here. Of course, in the Austin area, you're not too far from the prairies like Blooming Prairie. Swings at a pitch that looked like it was very low. That was ball 3. It's 2-2. 2-2 the count to Caitlin Boffin. Sometimes you get a little eager in that batter's box. Been there and done that. Coach Trump in the third base, Coach Tobin in the first base coaching box. Swings and is retired. So a strikeout, and that's huge. I mean, humongous. Jenna Lippert steps in, the catcher. Cardinals had the leadoff person on an error on second. They're in danger of letting them sit in scorer's position. The pitch, it's called a strike, 0-1. 0-1 to Lippert, the cleanup hitter. Where's number 12 under uniform? Right-handed, swinging a pink bat. There's the righty's pitch. It hit her. It hit her in the leg. So she will take her base, and that'll bring up Addie Weesey. Where's number 25? She's a left fielder. When you watch her play, she appears to be a very athletic lady. Coming in to run for the catcher is going to be Heidi Werke. So Heidi Werke is at first base. And the pitch is a swung on. It's a foul ball. 0-1 to count to Weesey. I think Werke was going to head down to second base. Well, the first baseman playing a couple of steps up, but boy, I don't know. They're not going to be bunting here. A strike is called. It looked clearly like a ball from here. It's 0-2. Of course, he's right behind the plate. I'm down the first baseline. I'm right even with the first base bag. Brady's pitch swings, and it's a foul ball, and Mr. Tobin grabs it. 0-2 is still the count to Addie Weesey. She'll step back in, a right-handed hitter against the righty pitcher. Wenthal trying to get out of a jam that started this inning. And she does. She gets a strikeout to end the inning. The Cardinals certainly had their chance. They got a runner on second with nobody out. They had that runner on third with nobody out. Well, I shouldn't say that. They had a runner on third with one out, and they were not able to score. Unfortunately for them, 2 strikeouts in the inning. There were no hits. There was 1 error and no runs. There were 2 runners left, one of them in scoring position. The Cardinals do not score. Mabel-Canton comes to the plate in the bottom.
Harley's Auto Salvage has been in business over a half-century, serving people through their Like Magic nationwide parts locator. New and used auto parts. Check out their large supply of new and used tires. 30-day warranty on electronics, 60-day warranty on all motors and transmissions with extended warranties available.
Cody here with Harley's Auto Salvage. Haven't been here in a while? Stop in and check out our drive-thru recycling building. You can recycle your aluminum cans, copper, brass, and metal. And of course, we're always here to help you get that newer used auto part. Harley's Auto Salvage.
Discover the finest jewelry collection in southern Minnesota, right in downtown Canyon at Todd G. Jewelry. With an extensive selection to suit every style and budget, you'll find everything from timeless watches and elegant jewelry to unique money clips and more. Personalize your gift with a custom engraving. Add a name, special message, or both to make it truly one of a kind. Because you don't want just any diamond. You want a Todd G. Jewelry diamond.
Well, we go to the bottom of the first inning. Sarah Tobin is in the pitching circle. Her battery mate is Jenna Lippert. First base is Caitlin Bondi. At second base is Kira Dreyer. At shortstop, Michaela Dienst. At third base is Evelina Caldera. In left field, it's Ade Weesey. In center field is Shay Hansen, and in right field, it's Elsa Dreyer. As Tobin gets ready to deliver her first pitch, and it is a strike right down Broadway. 0-1 to Ella Halverson, the center fielder from Mabel-Canton. In the Cougars looking for their 13th win of the season. The pitch is fouled off. Of course, Mabel-Canton known just like BA is known for their volleyball. They've had some great teams over the years, just like the Cardinals have. So they're no strangers to each other on the volleyball court. This is Fastpitch softball. And 3 pitches and a strikeout right out of the gate. Looking as the leadoff hitter for Mabel-Canton. Sadie Tollefsrud steps in, the left fielder. When Tobin keeps her pitch count down Well, you could say that for virtually any pitcher, but she's really good. And the pitch. Started her with a changeup. I thought it was a strike, but I can't tell with this umpire. I think he put his arm up. We'll find out, I guess. They don't have the balls and strikes on the scoreboard. That's a ball for sure. I think it's 1-1. As the righty delivers. And it's low. This is against Sadie Tollitzrud. She's the left fielder. He just had a 3-pitch strikeout. She steps back up on that rubber, rocks and delivers. And I guess the first pitch was a ball. So it's going to be a walk. A 4-pitch walk following a 3-pitch strikeout. Runner at first, 1 down, and that'll bring up Tyler Wenthold, the pitcher, number 3 hitter. Typically your best, and the pitch is over the head. It's 1-0. 1-0 the count to Wenthold. Runner at first base. The pitch is whipped in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Tollitzrud is at first base. The pitch swings at a good changeup. It's a strikeout and safe. Boy, that looked awfully close. The throw was a good one by Lippert, and it looked like it was in time. Strike 2 to Wenthold, but they do have a runner in scoring position, just like BA had in the top of the inning. We'll see if the Cougars can score. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And she struck her out. Second strikeout for Tobin. That'll bring up Haley Eichen, the catcher. E-I-K-E-N. She wears number 12 on her uniform, and the pitch is up high. It's a ball. 1-0. 1-0 to Eichen. Runner at second, 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning with no score. On the Channel in Warsaw scoreboard, they are open on Memorial Day. Pitch is up high. It's 2-0. So a hitter's count to the cleanup hitter. A right-handed hitter. As she steps back in, a lot of weight on that back leg. And here comes the pitch. It looks like a strike, and it is. 2-1 the count. In Tollitzrud at second base. She is the left fielder, so probably a pretty good athlete. And the righty is in there for a strike. And the Cardinals are a strike away from getting out of a mini jam. Runner at second, 2 down. Here comes a big pitch in this first inning. And oh boy, that didn't miss by a lot. It's called a ball. We got a full count. A full count with a runner at second and 2 down. Fidgeting with the ball on her right hip is Tobin, and the pitch swings and just gets a piece of it to stay alive. It's still a full count. Still a full count to the right-handed hitting catcher for the Cougars of Mabel-Canton. So Tobin, as her usual ritual, goes to the back of that, then back up on the rubber, and that ball's hit foul. So a pretty good at-bat going here for the cleanup hitter. This will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat. And they're fighting her hard here. In the first inning, they had a strikeout, 3 pitches to start the inning, and then a walk. And we got another walk. So it's kind of feast or famine here. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. And that'll bring up Tori Snyder, the third baseman, a right-handed hitter. And the pitch is whipped in there for a strike. 0-1. Cardinals stranded 2 on the base paths at the top of the inning. 1 of them in scoring position. Same true for Mabel-Canton right now. The pitch is a strike at the knees, and it's 0-2. So hopefully Sarah does not give her anything really good to hit. It's 0-2. Make her chase. She tried. She wouldn't go for the high stuff. 1-2. You just don't want to throw a really good pitch here. And the pitch. It's a pretty good pitch. Dienst did hustle to get to that ball, but wasn't able to get it. I saw the wind actually take that ball after she threw it. I'm not exaggerating. Bases are loaded, ladies and gentlemen. That's an infield hit for Snyder. She threw the ball, and the wind literally took the ball. That's how the wind is kicking up right now here in Austin. And the pitch is up high. They do water this field. I'll give them credit for that. 1-0 the count. Got to start doing that in Faribault. 1-0. You hear the wind whipping in the microphone. The pitch swings and fouls it off. 1-1. So bags are juiced here in the bottom of the first. A crooked number written all over this inning, unless Tobin can bear down here and get this final out. As she rocks and delivers, that ball's hammered. It's going to go off the glove of the first baseman. It's a foul ball. 1-2. Had Caitlin been able to snare it, it would have ended the inning. It was just off her tippy toes. And she hammered that, so whatever she threw, I wouldn't throw that again. Pitches ball. 2-2 is the count. To Izzy Torgerson, she's a designated player, a right-handed hitter. Mabel-Canton looking for a timely hit. Bags are juiced. She hits it. Third baseman Caldera throws over to first, and that will end the first inning. Well, and they certainly made things interesting. Mabel-Canton, they'd only had the one infield hit. There were 2 walks, and, well, bags were juiced as they scored no runs, and there were no errors in the bottom of the first inning. We played a full inning on the Channel in Warsaw scoreboard. It is 0-0. Don't forget they'll be open this Saturday for karaoke at 8 o'clock at night. If you enjoy karaoke, head to the Channel Inn. I guarantee you'll enjoy the food. Well, if you're a Channel Inn person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The food is phenomenal at the Channel Inn. You never go wrong with food at the Channel Inn. Never. I've never, ever had a bad meal at the Channel Inn. Never. Not once. Not once have I had a bad meal. Not even once. So here in the top of the second inning, Cardinals will have hitters 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Nora Pettipiece, the designated player, hitting for the right fielder, will step in. Wentworth in that first inning as she delivers. Swing and a miss, 0-1 to Pettipiece. She had 2 strikeouts in the inning, and they were huge. The pitch swings, and it's 0-2. She threw 15 pitches, and 12 of them were strikes, so I'd be doing with Pettipiece. I'd be hacking. Pitch is strike 3 called. Swung at the first 2. The best pitch was probably the last one, unfortunately for her, and it's strikeout number 3. Second in a row, and 3 of the last 4 batters for Wenthold. That'll bring up Evelina Caldera, the third baseman, was named to the all-tournament team in the state tournament a season ago. 1-0 the count. She filled in at third base for Boffin, who had gotten injured, and really did an outstanding job. The pitch is going to go behind her. 2-0 the count. to the right-handed hitting third baseman for the Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy. They're looking for their 7th win of the season. Coming off that section championship a season ago. Pitch is at the knees for a strike. A perfect pitch. It's 3-1. Of course, she was taken all the way. And they don't put the count up on the board here. And if they do, they got it wrong. And the pitch is hammered foul. So 3-2, I think, is the count. They got 2-2 on the board. I can't see the umpire's numbers. He holds them up once in a while, but kind of blocked out here. I'm right by the BA dugout. Down the first baseline. Down the third baseline is the Mabel-Canton dugout. Swings and misses. It's another strikeout. Number 4. 3 of the 4 have been swinging. Michaela Dean steps in, the shortstop. So 3 straight, 4 of the last 5 batters. One in between was a hit batsman. Dean's the right-handed hitter. The righty's pitch is swung on and hit over my head, 0-1. That was a screaming liner. Hopefully it didn't hit anybody because it would have hurt. She can straighten that baby out. There's a gaping hole in left center field. Pitch is down low. It's 1-1. 1-1 to Michaela Deans, the shortstop. Michaela just absolutely loves volleyball. I was talking about volleyball earlier, and she's good. Swings and fouls it straight back, 1-2. She decided to go out for fast pitch, and obviously Coach Trump was very happy to see that. She's a good athlete. And then she ends up being the starting shortstop and hadn't played in a while. That's how good an athlete she is. And the pitch. It's inside, and it's 2-2. Coach Tobin encouraging there with a good eye. And she steps back in with 2 down here in the second inning. No score in the pitch. She's going to chop it. Third baseman's going to charge it and throw her out at first base. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the second for the Cardinals. They do not score. They do not have any hits. And nobody is left on base. Yep, Channel Inn will be open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Memorial Day on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard. It's still scoreless. As we go to the bottom of the second, it'll be hitters 7, 8, 9 for Mabel-Canton.
Check out the Memorial Day savings this week at Fairway Meat and Grocery in Faribault. Get all natural, boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $2.99 a pound. 85.15 ground beef is $4.98 a pound, sold in the 10-pound tube. Fresh sweet corn, $5 a dozen. Select varieties of Bush's baked beans are $1.98 each when you buy 2. And Pepsi 12 packs are $4.99 each when you buy 3. Fairway Meat and Grocery in Faribault. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m.
At J-Mo's Bowl in Faribault, you always strike a great meal. Let J-Mo's Bowl prepare and deliver the food right to you or host an unforgettable graduation open house right there on their property. Access to sand volleyball, darts, bowling, and don't forget Thursdays mean $2 per game bowling and $10 cheeseburger baskets. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 11 to midnight. Closed on Sundays and Mondays. Go to jmosbowl.com for details.
Well, Tobin threw 29 pitches in the first inning, 17 of them strikes. As Sierra Storrs, first baseman, steps in, the first hitter, a right-hander, and it's a strike right down Broadway, 0-1. She started last inning with 3 straight pitches for a strikeout. Then there was a walk. Then a 4-pitch strikeout. Then there was another walk. The pitch is up high. It's 1-1. She'll get that consistency down here with a off season and a summer of work. Of course, was completely out because of her knee there for a year. And the pitch is inside. Strike called. 1-2 the count. She backed away, but must be right on top of the plate. Storrs, the first baseman, will step back in, a right-handed hitter against the righty Tobin, who delivers. Swing and a miss. And that takes care of her. That's the third strikeout for Tobin. Emma Hutchinson, the second baseman, will step in. right-handed hitter. And if I'm the center fielder, I think I'd back up a little bit. This girl looks like she could hit it to tomorrow. The pitch rolls in the dirt, 1-0. 1-0 the count. That was a worm burner. The center fielder is really shallow. I mean really shallow. And it's a slow roller. It gets by the third baseman, and it'll be a hit. He was right down the third base line. So a single gets Hutchinson on base, and that'll bring up Whitney Williams, the shortstop, a right-handed hitter. Number 9 hitter in the order. I know when I coached some fast pitch way back in the day, I like to have a leadoff type hitter in that 9 spot too. She'll bunt it foul into the screen, 0-1. Hutchinson again is at first base. Must be cold. She's got her hands in her sleeves. She's got a long sleeve top on. It really is not that cold out here. Sun shining bright. Pitch gets away from the catcher. That'll easily get Hutchinson down to second base. 1-1 the count. Pitch was in the dirt, but looks smotherable to this old catcher. 1-1 is the count with a runner at second base and one down. The pitch laid off a very good pitch called a ball. Wow. 2-1. Again, Tobin, 29 first inning pitches, 17 of them strikes. And the pitch way overhead. That'll advance Hutchinson to third. So a 3-1 count. Nobody out and a runner at third. It's going to take almost a miracle not to score that run. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, Tobin does have one strikeout this inning. If he strikes out 2 more, he won't have a run score. But that's asking a lot. Full count now to Williams, the number 9 hitter. The pitch swings and misses, and she struck her out, number 4. First time through the order, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 2 hits, one of them infield variety. So Ella Halverson will step up. She struck out looking her first time up. Holds that bat high over her head. Wide stance, and the pitch is a ball. 1-0. It was a 3-pitch strikeout for Tobin to start the game. Obviously, you're a little pumped at the start of the game, right? And the pitch. Strike called. It's 1-1. So Tobin is 2 strikes away from another jam-ending inning. She had the bases loaded when the inning ended to first. The pitch. It's hammered. It's to left. Right ball. A great catch by the right fielder. Dreyer made an outstanding catch. She ranged to her right and made an outstanding catch to keep them off the scoreboard. That was an awesome catch. My, oh my, get that on YouTube. Get that on YouTube. Incredible catch. It looked to me like she was going to start back. Well, she did start back initially. The ball was well stroked. And then she made the adjustment on the fly and made the catch. And not everybody can do that. That was very, very good. They do pick up their, let's see here, their second hit of the game. They don't score. And they leave a runner at third base. They have left 3 runners in scoring position. Cardinals so far are errorless. You can't say that for the Cougars of Mabel-Canton. It says Mabel-Canton emblazoned in red across their blue uniforms. They have red as well. The Cardinals are in their black with white numerals. and red trim. As we go to the top of the third, it'll be 9-1-2 for Bethlehem Academy.
Fairway Meat and Grocery in Owatonna is a proud sponsor of all area athletics. Are you ready for your game day party? From USDA choice steaks and fresh produce to snacks and delicious meat and cheese trays, Fairway has everything you need to fuel your crew. Shop online for easy curbside pickup or check out their weekly ad in store. They're open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. for all your grocery needs. Good luck to all area athletics from Fairway Owatonna.
Shea Hansen steps in, the number 9 hitter for the Cardinals. Swings and misses. Wenthold has been mowing him down, man. She's got 4 strikeouts of the first 8 batters she faced. 29 pitches coming into this inning. That was her 30th. She has 22 strikes. Swing at something over her head. It's 0-2. Cardinals have been doing, she's around the plate, so hack thing, but that was well over her head. Well, now she's in a hole. Pitch is inside. I would have let it hit me. It was, but that's easy for me to say. I'm not standing in the batter's box. 1-2, the count to Shea Hansen, the center fielder. Where's number 11? Right-handed hitter, white batting gloves, white helmet. Wentworth's pitch. Swings and falls it straight back. 1-2. No score. We're in the top of the third inning. These are 7-inning games. Sun shining brightly now here in Austin, Minnesota. And the pitch. That's hit. The second baseman comes in and makes the catch. So Sarah Tobin will step up. She was safe on an error first time up. Third baseman threw the ball over the first baseman's head. Well, Tobin will step back in. She's a leadoff hitter in the order here tonight. If they win this game, the Cardinals will play at 7. We'll have that game on the radio, too. And the pitch swings, and it's off her foot. So it's a foul ball. 0-1 the count. Umpire's going to dust off home plate to let her walk off the owie. Ask her if she's okay. She said, yeah, I'm okay. I'm sure that knee injury hurt a whole lot more than that did. Here comes the next pitch. It's up high. 1-1 the count. It was an 0-1 count when she was safe on the air. She had a courtesy runner, ended up being stranded at third base in the first inning. She swings and hits it straight back, and it's 1-2. 1-2. Wentworth has 4 strikeouts of the first 9 batters faced. She wears number 6 on her uniform, has a black mask in that pitching circle. The pitch. Ooh, that was an awfully good-looking pitch. Yep, it's strike 3. I don't know why she watched it go by. Strikeout number 5 will bring up Kira Dreyer, the second baseman, who flew out to right field. The pitch swings at high cheese. I mean, that was up around the eyes. 0-1 the count. And have some bat discipline. 0-1. Got to be in your wheelhouse. Arizona in a wheelhouse. It might be a hit. Hutchinson ranges to her right and has no play. She was very smart to just hold on to the ball. So often you see somebody throw it wild, and she realized she was not going to get her base and throw the ball and just held it. An infield single for Dreyer. Very smart move by Hutchinson, in my opinion. That'll bring up Caitlin Botham, who struck out in the first inning. She rarely strikes out. Pitches up high for a ball, 1-0. Botham was hitting close to 400 last season. She got hurt. Wasn't able to play during the playoff run. Pitches inside. It's 2-0. I think she's going to play softball in college. Mom, the volleyball coach. She's a very good volleyball player, but this is her best sport. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1. The old Kosfeld jinx. Say something good about a player and something happens. Dreyer's at first base. There are 2 down here in the 3rd inning. And another swing and miss. It's 2-2. Well, this is the hitter that you would want up in this situation. The most veteran player on the team. And the pitch. It's a foul ball. 2-2. Of course, graduation is tomorrow. I always thought it really was tough for BA in this tournament because graduation always is Memorial Day weekend, and Memorial Day is as early as it can be this weekend. And the pitch is a solid foul ball. She could have straightened that out. It might have been extra bases. So they'll do it all over again. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. So Bothan hanging tough. Wenthold rubs up the ball. Smashes it back into her glove. Pitches with it on her right hip on the pitch. She'll pop this one up and out of play, I think. They're going to chase it, but they're not going to come. It's going to hit a little shed down the 3rd baseline. Off the roof there. So the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming right here with a runner at first and 2 down. Wenthold from Mabel-Canton delivers, and that ball is stroked. Again, foul. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Dreyer's going to get tired running back and forth to second base. The pitch inside. And we got a full count to Bothan. A full count to Caitlin Bothan. That runner went down to second base. So she's in scoring position now. The pitch rolls and it's a walk. Well, all things considered, if I'm Mabel-Canton, I say, tip your hat to Bothan for a long at bat. But you're only at first base. You didn't get a chance to knock in the run. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Jenna Lippert, who was hit by a pitch her first time up on an 0-1 count. Runners at first and second, 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. And the pitch over the head. 1-0 the count. 1-0 to Lippert. Where's number 12 in her uniform? Right-handed hitter, pink bat, white helmet. And the pitch. She fouls this one off. 1-1. You could tell she was bound and determined to swing at that pitch. It was pretty low. But she fouled it off. 1-1 to count. The pitch over the head. Great catch by the catcher. Saved a wild pitch and saved both runners advancing a base. It's starting to cloud up again here in Austin. As the righty's next offering. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. So Mabel-Canton is a pitch away from getting out of another jam. Both teams have had plenty of traffic on the bases here early. The pitch. She's going to hit it down the 3rd baseline, and it goes foul. Boy, initially off her bat, I thought that was going to be a fair ball. 2-2 the count. This will be the 6th pitch of this at bat. So Bothan had a good at bat. Lippert's had a good at bat. The righty rocks and delivers, and it's fouled off. Still 2-2. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat. Runners first and second. 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. As Wenthold delivers. Foul again. The 8th pitch of this at bat. A 10-pitch at bat, I think it was, for Bothan before she was walked. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6. Boy, the last 2 batters just fought off all kinds of pitches, and the Cardinals still have nothing to show for it. They did have infield single by Kira Dreyer. And there was a walk. There were no runs. 2 runners left, 1 in scoring position. The Cardinals left 2 runners in scoring position. There were no errors in this inning on the Channel in Warsaw scoreboard. They're, of course, on Cannon Lake. They have terrific food. I mean, fantastic food. They do graduation catering and do appreciate a month's lead time. Don't forget, they will be open on Memorial Day, 11 a.m. until 10 p.m.
Hey, Ken Herbeck here. Is it time for a tune-up or maybe a new furnace? Call Owatonna Heating and Cooling, your local Carrier dealer today, and have your furnace checked. Don't wait until you're without heat and below 0 temperatures. Call us to get your furnace checked to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning or sudden furnace failure when you really need it most. Owatonna Heating and Cooling is your local Carrier dealer. Turn to the experts. Find us online at owatonna-heating.com or call 507-451-2051. That's 451-2051.
Minnesota Coaches Incorporated is proud to transport teams, athletes, cheerleaders, and coaches, getting you to the game all season long. Since the 1930s, they've been your trusted full-service charter planner, serving local communities with safe, reliable travel. From private charters and school trips to tour groups, sports teams, and church outings, they've got you covered. Minnesota Coaches Incorporated. Full-service travel with peace of mind. Visit minnesotacoaches.com or call 507-334-5120 today.
First pitch from Sarah Tobin to Sadie Tollitzrud is a ball, 1-0. She was walked in the first inning and ended up being stranded at second base. Boy, when that sun goes behind a cloud, the temperature plummets. We got people here in parkas and stocking caps and everything else. There's a strike, 1-1. Tobin with 46 pitches now, and 27 of them have been strikes. Struck out 4 of the first 9 batters. Pitches up high. It is 2-1. This is the 11th batter that she's faced. And the Bags juiced in the first inning and a runner at third when this inning ended last inning. That looked like a good pitch, called the ball, and it's 3-1. 3-1 to Tollitzrud. So Tobin will try it again here. The pitch. Swing and a miss way late on that swing. It's 3-2. 3-2 to Sadie Tollitzrud, the left fielder. As some ladies are getting their jackets on in the dugout because it is cold. And the pitch is going to be a slow roller. The shortstop charges, throws her out at first base. Boy, by a half step. That was almost safe. Tyler Wenthold will step in. Wenthold struck out her first time up. Second strikeout victim of Tobin. She struck out 2 of the first 3 batters she faced. She delivers and missed high, 1-0. Looked like she took something off that pitch. Wasn't a total slow changeup, but wasn't her smoker in the pitch. Is a strike called. 1-1 the count. Wenthold is the pitcher, struck out her first time up. A right-handed batter against the righty Tobin. As the wind is cold, the pitch is strike on the inside corner. This is another one of those umpires, as is that slow put the arm up call, which must be taught. The pitch is a ball. I don't know if it's taught. I did some umpiring in my younger years, and I would immediately call the strike. Not try to make it dramatic or anything. And the pitch is inside. We got a full count. So again, a lot of pitches for Tobin. She had 44 coming into the inning. 2 full counts back-to-back to start the third. The payoff pitch is popped up. It's going to be out of play. So this will be the 7th pitch of this at bat. Again, the winner of this game plays at 7 tonight. Better have your Parkers for that game. Supposed to get down in the mid-40s. I brought my sweatshirt just in case to wear under the jacket I got on now. There's a swing and a foul. 3-2. We certainly hope the Cardinals can pull this out. No score. We're in the third inning. They would play the loser of a winner's bracket game. Waterville Legion Morristown is the other elimination bracket game on another field in here. That looked like a strike, and it's called a ball. Wow. So, another walk. The third will bring up Haley Eichen, the catcher. She walked in the first inning. Running for the pitcher is going to be Graceland Torgerson. So Torgerson goes in to run. He's got short sleeves on. I think I would have worn long sleeves under the uniform this morning. But all the Cardinals are in the short sleeves. No sleeves for Tobin. There's a foul off, and it's 0-1. Eichen. That was the 15th pitch of this inning, and this is the third batter. Pitch is an inside corner strike, 0-2. So she's a pitch away from her fifth strikeout. Her 13th batter faced. Tobin's pitch. Swings and just gets a piece of it. Takes off the helmet of the catcher, Lippert. Umpire, nice guy, hands her helmet, her catcher's mask. They'll go at it again, and that looked like a strike three, and it is. He's very slow on his strike three calls, too, where he punches them out. I've never been a big fan of that, to be honest. But that's probably because I struck out a lot. Not a lot looking, though. We had a rule. You ran laps if you struck out looking. Swing. He was going to ring her up. I mean, he was going to give a strike. It's called a ball. I don't know where that pitch was, but he had his arms like he was going to call a strike, and it ended up being a ball. 1-0 to Snyder and the pitch. It's hammered. That's going to be a base hit. So runners are going to be at first and second on the single by Snyder. That's the third hit. The Cougars have had a hit in every inning. And that'll bring up Izzy Torgerson, the DP. The pitch is inside for a ball. 1-0. So again, traffic on the bases that Tobin's got to deal with. They had the bases juiced in the first inning. They had a runner at third with one out and didn't score last inning, as that pitch is too far inside, and it's 2-0. And she's a couple of pitches away from maybe loading the bases again here in the third. There are two outs as Tobin delivers. And that ball was right at the knees, 2-1. That was a perfect pitch. 2-1 the count to the right-handed hitting designated player, Torgerson. She's hitting for the right fielder, and I didn't write the name. I got to find the lineup card. The pitch is up in her eyes. So it's 3-1. 3-1. Pitch away from loading the bases. I have the lineup card here. She's designated player for Lindsey Williams. There's a strike, so it's a full count. Here comes the sixth pitch of this at-bat. Everybody's putting on their blankets and their parkas and their stocking caps. The pitch. Oh, man, that was a good-looking pitch. It's a ball. For the fourth walk, that'll bring up Sierra Storrs, the first baseman who struck out last inning to start the inning. Well, the Cardinals have been flirting with disaster here. The pitch is up high, 1-0. Can Tobin wriggle him out of this again? She's got nowhere to put her. Bags are juiced. We're in the third inning of a 7-inning game. Pitch is, wow, I don't know where it was, but he called it a ball. It's 2-0. That looked like a good pitch. Again, I'm down the first baseline, so not the best of angles. There's a strike. 2-1 the count. But a couple of times I've seen Lippert kind of look over at her coach like, that pitch looked good. She's got a better vantage point even than the umpire in the pitch. It's swung on. It's popped up. If she catches it, she does. Dreyer at second base ends the inning, and Tobin gets wiggled out of another jam. Bases were loaded for the second inning, and they still have not scored. Isn't that incredible? They collected a hit and 2 walks in the inning and don't score. There were no errors. Cardinals have played really good defense, and that's kind of been the difference for them in this game. As we go to the the top of the fourth inning, we've played 3 complete. The Cardinals have scored no runs. They have just 1 hit in this game and have left 4 runners on base, 2 in scoring position. The Mabel-Canton Cougars have scored no runs. They have 3 hits, 1 for each inning. They have left 8 runners on base. 7 runners on base. And 4 of the 7 have been in scoring position. No
Specialty
score.
Personnel Services can solve both sides of work-related problems. For employees, they can put you to work in a short period of time with employers that are in need of your skills. For you employers, Specialty Personnel Services has a list of potential employees that have the skill set to excel on your company's team. Don't waste time chasing want ads. Let the professionals work for you. They do specializing in construction and manufacturing jobs. Specialty Personnel Services in Owatonna. Call 451-5773. In Austin, 433-5570.
Well, 29 pitches were thrown last inning, and it's an 0-1 count. Ade Weesey, the left fielder for the Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy, who leads off here in the 4th inning. The number 5 hitter struck out in the 1st inning. Wenthold has struck out 6 batters, but again threw 29 pitches last inning after throwing 29 through the first 2 innings. And she got hit by the pitch. So the second hit batsman gets the first runner on base with nobody out here for the Cardinals. Let's see if they can manufacture a run. Nora Pettipiece, the designated player, struck out looking her first time up. Pitch is a strike called? No, it's a ball. 1-0. I can never tell with this guy. His arm goes up. I think he goes right hand strike, left hand ball is what I think is. I don't know why he puts it up like a strike. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's a strike, 1-1 the count. You know how you put your arm up for a strike? He does that with a left hand for a ball, and for the right hand it's a strike, and it takes you a while to figure that out. Pitch is up high. It's 2-0. Weiss almost got caught too far off the bag, had to dive back in. She's all dirty, all full of dirt. That black uniform with all that dirt. The pitch. Ball. Two and two, or 3-1 is the count. The pitch. There's a strike. So now we got a full count to Pettipiece with a runner at first and nobody out. Pettipiece wears number 19 on the uniform. She's a left-handed hitter. As the righty's pitch is a walk. So runners at first and second. That's the second walk for Wenthold, and Cardinals got something brewing here. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Evelina Caldera steps up. She hammers the ball right to the first baseman. You couldn't have thrown her the ball better. So one down, just that quickly. Michaela Dean steps in, the shortstop. Right-handed hitter. She grounded out the third her first time up. Runners at first and second with one down. Swings and hits it straight back 0-1. Coming into this inning, 58 pitches. 43 of the 58 strikes, so she has definitely been around the plate. As Wenthold, and the pitch is hit my way, and it's going to be out of my reach. Over my head and out of my reach. 1-1 the count to Michaela Dienst. Right-handed hitting shortstop, wears number 4 on her uniform. And the pitch. Ooh, she laid off it, and it's called a ball, but it looked awfully good from here. 2-2 the count. 2-2 to Michaela Dienst. Runners at first and second, one down. Here in the top of the fourth inning of this 7-inning game, no score. That ball's hit, and it's going to be a base hit, and Weesey should score on this. She's rounding third, and she's going to cross home plate. Going to third base, the ball gets away in the infield, and going down to second will be Dienst, who gets the RBI single. An error will allow the runners to advance the base. And the Cardinals are on the board. 1-0. Shea Hansen will step in. Popped out to second base her first time up. And the pitch. Ooh, almost got clipped. 1-0 the count. She bangs her shoes with a bat. And steps back in to Shea Hansen, the right-handed hitter. The righty's pitch. Swings and just got a piece of it, 1-1. Runners are at second and third. Still only one out. So the Cardinals could put a crooked number on the board here. As she kicks and fires, and it's a ball. 2-1. Top of the orders due up next. She steps back in. And the righty's next offering is hit down the first baseline. She'll knock it into foul territory. It's a fair ball, and it's run scores. It hit her glove in fair territory, ended up in foul territory. And the Cardinals have put a crooked number on the board. I'm going to give her an infield single on that because that was a tough play, the first baseman. And that'll bring up Sarah Tobin, the pitcher. With runners at the corners, still just one out. Tobin struck out looking her last time up and was safe on an error in the first inning. Can add to the crooked number here. The pitch. Squares to bunt. It's up high. 1-0. The Cardinals beat a winning team earlier this week. Lost by just a few runs to Lewiston Altura. And the pitch is inside corner strike. If they were to win this game, it would be another winning team. So picking up steam here at the end of the season. And the pitch is a ball. 3-0. Scoreboard says 1-1. So one of those was a strike. I guess it's 2-1. Tobin steps back in. Runners are now at second and third. She fouls off the next pitch. It's 2-2. 2-2, the right-handed hitting pitcher. She can really help her cause. A solid knock here would probably score 2 runs. Still only one out. The pitch. She'll hit this. Looks like it's going to be a foul ball. Still 2-2. 2-2 with runners at second and third. One out here in the fourth inning. And the pitch. She struck her out. So the seventh strikeout will bring up Kira Dreyer. Dreyer, a right-handed hitter, in the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Kira singled her last time up, was an infield single. Whatever kind of single she gets would score a run here. The pitch is called outside, 1-1. 1-1 to Kira Dreyer. Cardinals don't want to leave those runners in scoring position. They're up 2-0 here. Swing and a miss. But you hate to leave runners in scoring position, and it's 1-2 to Dreyer. Wenthold has struck out 7. In the pitch. She just got a piece of it foul. Still 1-2. She's had to work hard, too. Both Tobin and Wenthold have thrown a lot of pitches in this game. Wenthold was cruising through the first 2 innings. And the pitch is just inside. 2-2. Again, that looked pretty good from here. 2-2 the count. Runners at second and third with 2 down here in the fourth inning. The pitch swings and gets a piece of it. Still 2-2. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat. Both these teams just battling, fisting off. This is an elimination bracket game. And the pitch is hit. Third baseman grabs it, throws over to first. It's going to get by the first baseman. It'll be an error. A run, 2 runs are going to score. So the error is going to allow 2 runs to score. It's now 4-0 Cardinals, and a 7 o'clock game is looking like it just might happen. We're in the fourth inning of this 7-inning game. They do have 12 more outs, do Mabel-Canton, but that's quite the crooked number to put up. The 8th person to come to the plate is Bothan. Pitch is outside. It's 1-0. Struck out in the first inning. Was walked last inning in a marathon at bat, a 10-pitch at bat. The pitch swings and fouls it off. 1-1 the count to Caitlin Bothan. Hansen is at first base. Dreyer is at first base. Hansen scored, and so did Dienst. There's a high pitch. Throw down to first. She's back in time. 2-1 the count to Bothan. Catcher trying to get the runner leaning. Almost did. There's a foul off again. It's 2-2. So she'll step back in. 2-2 count to Bothlin. That ball's hammered. Third baseman's going to bobble it. Throw over to first, and she puts the hand over the ball in the glove to secure it. But the Cardinals do come up with 4 runs here in the fourth inning. They do so, let's see, with 1. They do so with 1 hit. No, they're 2 hits. 4 runs, 2 hits. There was an error. Actually, there were 2 errors in the inning. And 1 runner was left on base. Not in scoring position So we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 4-0 Bethlehem Academy. It'll be 8-9-1 for Mabel-Canton, and they got a bit of a moment.
As a business owner, do you have a game plan in place to stay focused on safety and preventing claims? Let our team help support your business. Federated Insurance offers a customizable lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you continue your winning streak. At Federated Mutual Insurance Company, it's our business to protect yours. Rated A+ Superior by AM Best Company.
Bethlehem Academy in Faribault has made a difference in the lives of students since 1865. An authentically Catholic 6 through 12 Dominican prep school, Bethlehem Academy's long tradition of excellence empowers students to achieve personal, spiritual, and academic excellence. Generations of Bethlehem Academy graduates have grown in the Dominican pillars of prayer, study, community, and service. Be who God meant you to be at Bethlehem Academy. Find out more at bacards.org. Well, Hutchinson just clubbed a double. It sure looked foul, but I got a really bad angle, so the umpire obviously looking right down the line. And Mabel-Canton smacks a double to start this inning, right down the left field line. Whitney Williams, the number 9 hitter, steps in, a right-handed hitter against Tobin. That ball's hit well. Second baseman's going to throw her out at first. Runner advances to third, takes the wide turn at third, and stays there. So one down, and that'll bring up Ella Halverson, the leadoff hitter. 4-0 Cardinals lead it. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Mabel-Canton trying to pick up their 13th win against 10 losses. Bethlehem Academy's trying to pick up their 7th win against 12 losses. Then the pitch. Swing and a miss. Cardinals did have a slow start to the season. They have come on as of late. They avenged a loss. They were in a tournament a couple weekends ago and avenged they lost to Kenyon Wanamingo. I think it was 12-3 that they won that game after losing to them earlier in the year. 1-1. And of course they beat New Richland, Hartman, Ellendale, Geneva in the first round of this tournament, or they wouldn't be playing. And the pitch is inside. If you missed it earlier today, Faribault lost 7-1 to Austin. They were down 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Austin was the home team, and of course playing in their hometown of Austin, which they get to do every year. And that's a ball. 3-1 to Halverson. Runner at third with one out. Tobin's had a lot of traffic on the bases, but nobody has scored yet for Mabel-Canton. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And we got a full count. He has 5 strikeouts. The pitch. It's hit towards short. Shortstop is not going to have a play. Run will score. It'll be an RBI single. It'll be an infield single. Teens did the smart thing, just held the ball. Don't throw it. Did a nice job ranging to her right to just stop the ball and then kind of bobbled it just a little bit. That's all it takes in this sport. There's a strike, 0-1. 0-1 to Sadie Tollitzrud. It's now 4-1. BA leads here in the fourth inning. Tobin steps to the back of the circle, visualizing the pitch, has sunglasses on, looking right into the sun here on this field. And delivers. There's a bunt. It's a beauty. It'll be an out. Oh no, it's over the head of Bothan. Another run's going to score. And then going down to second base is going to be Tollitzrud on the bunt. It'll be an error. Boy, it looked like it was going to be an easy out. And they end up scoring another run. Make it 4-2. And stepping up is Tyler Wenthold, the pitcher, walked her last time up and struck out in the first inning. That throw was high for Boffin from Tobin. The pitch is a ball 1-0. Just kind of rushed it probably. Because, Tolitzer's a good athlete getting out of the batter's box pretty quickly. She's down at second base because of the error. 2-0 the count. And just that quickly, they have the lead. It was 4-0 at the beginning of the at-bats. It's 4-2 now. Pitch is up high. 3-0 is the count to the number 3 hitter. As walked and struck out. Wenthold. The pitch. Ball stroke foul. Over the batting cage down the third baseline. 3-2 is the count to Wenthold. Boy, when that sun goes behind a cloud, man, the temperature does fall. Wish I had my sweatshirt on now. Under my jacket. And the righty's pitch. She's going to fist it off. 3-2 is the count. So the righty's next offering is a ground ball to Caldera. She'll throw her out at first base. Runner goes to third on the play. That's the second out. We'll bring up Haley Eichen, the cleanup hitter, who has struck out looking and walked. It was 4-0 when the bottom of the fourth started. It's 4-2 now. This will be the 6th batter to face Tobin in this inning. 72 pitches coming into the inning. There's a strike, 0-1. That's a lot of pitches. Tobin will get back up on that rubber. Deliver. He said it was outside. 1-1. So Sarah will try it again. Runner at third. 2 down. It's going to be a foul ball. So 1-2 is the count. She's a pitch away from preserving the lead anyway. Here in the 4th inning. The Hurricanes, who are undefeated from Houston, are on the field next to us here. And the pitch is going to be whipped foul. 1-2 is still the count. This will be the 5th pitch of this at bat. Our score is 4-2. Bethlehem Academy leading. Gordy Kosfeld to the KDHL Sports microphone from Austin, Minnesota. Elimination bracket, Section 1A, Fastpitch softball. Swings, and it is a strikeout. That is the 6th. And we'll bring up Tori Snyder. Singled in the first inning, an infield single. And singled in the 3rd inning. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the 3rd out. That's right, that's the 3rd out. What am I singing? So that ends the the bottom of the 4th. They do collect 2 hits. They had a leadoff double, remember? 2 hits. They scored 2 runs. The Cardinals did have an error that did factor in the scoring here. And they left the runner in scoring position. They have left 6 runners in scoring position. The Cardinals hope that comes back to haunt them. But they do have the lead as we go to the top of the 5th inning with the score 4-2, Bethlehem Academy on top.
Fire up the grill and celebrate Memorial Day with hot deals at Cashwise Foods. Stock up and save on Four Brothers Signature Smokehouse Premium Fresh Mega Bratwurst Links. Just $3 for $5. Perfect for your backyard barbecue. Add a sweet touch with Driscoll Strawberries, $2 for $5. And don't forget a summer favorite sweet corn, only $5 for $3. Kick off summer with fresh flavors and unbeatable savings at Cashwise.
From the Cashwise Foods.
A lot of pitches have been thrown by both these pitchers today. His first pitch swinging. It's going to be a base hit for Jenna Lippert to lead off the 5th for the Cardinals. A simple single, but a single it is, and that'll bring up Addie Weesey. Last inning, she threw 36 pitches, 29 the inning before did Wenthold as she fouls off the first pitch 0-1. Cardinals trying to get back the 2 runs they gave up, and maybe more. 4-2 is our score here in the 5th inning. Two teams just battling toe-to-toe in the elimination bracket. The team that doesn't win ends their season. Pitches up over the head. Lippert goes down to second. The throw goes into center field, but she'll stay at second base. It'll be a ball, 1-1. And a runner in scoring position there. As Lippert, I think, was waiting for a courtesy runner here. And they're going to send one in. They didn't tell us who it was, though. And she's got a coat on. So I don't know I can't tell you who it is. I'm going to guess that it is, there's a pitch. That's a strike. It's 1-2. I'm going to guess that it's the young lady that ran earlier for her, Heidi Werke. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout. Number 8 for Wenthold will bring up Nora Pettipiece. Pettipiece walked her last time up. 1-0 is the count. She struck out looking the first time up. Runner at second with 1 down here in the 5th inning. Cardinals up 4-2 as she swings and misses at the next offering. It's 1-1. Pettipiece, a left-handed hitter. Steps back in, good base, and did not pull the trigger. It's 2-1. The pitch that was a little outside. Runner at second. 1 down here in the 5th inning. And the pitch. It's a strike called at the knees. 2-2 is the count to Pettipiece. Cardinals scored 4 runs last inning on the benefit of just 2 hits. The pitch rolls in the dirt. Going partway down to third was a runner and decided to go back to second. 3-2 is the count to Pettipiece. Trying to walk for the second straight inning. She'd love to get a hit here, could score a run. The pitch. It's called strike 3. 9th strikeout by Wenthold will bring up Evelina Caldera. Hit a soft, well, it wasn't so soft, a liner right at the first baseman her last time up on the first pitch she saw. 2 down with that runner at second base. And a strike is called, 0-1. Evelina struck out in the second inning. The righty's pitch. It's going to be hit down the first base line. It's going to be a hit. And the run is coming around third, and that runner's going to score. They throw down a home, and Caldera goes down to second base. So an RBI single. They really shouldn't have thrown the ball home at all. Lippert was easily going to score on the single with 2 outs. She was off to the races, right? So an RBI for Caldera. She'll go to second base on the error on the throw. And that'll bring up Michaela Dienst. So the Cardinals get one of those runs back. They're now up 5-2 here in the 5th inning. The pitch. It's going to be a high fly ball that the right fielder will catch. So 2 down, and that'll bring up Shea Hansen, the number 9. Or no, that's the 3rd out. I did it again. That's the 3rd out here in the 5th inning. They had back-to-back strikeouts in that inning, did the Cardinals, but they do score with 2 outs thanks to the RBI single by Caldera right down the first baseline. I mean, that ball slithered between the first baseman and the bag, not by a whole lot, but it did. And she ended up knocking in the run. And so the Cardinals get a couple of hits in the inning. And they score 1 run. There was an error in the inning. And there was a person left in scoring position. The Cardinals have left, let's see here, 3 runners in scoring position. On the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard, don't forget they're open Memorial Day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. I've never had a bad meal at the Channel Inn. And my friends who eat dill pickles, I'm not a dill pickle guy, say the dill pickle pizza is out of this world good. Me, I love their
Harley's Auto Salvage has been in business over a half-century, serving people through their Like Magic nationwide parts locator. New and used auto parts. Check out their large supply of new and used tires. 30-day warranty on electronics, 60-day warranty on all motors and transmissions with extended warranties available.
Cody here with Harley's Auto Salvage. Haven't been here in a while? Stop in and check out our drive-thru recycling building. You can recycle your aluminum cans, copper, brass, and metal. And of course, we're always here to help you get that newer used auto part. Harley's Auto Salvage.
22 pitches last inning. First pitch ball delivered to Tori Snyder here in the 5th inning, the bottom of the 5th for Mabel-Canton from Tobin, and then a strike is delivered, 1-1. So she was at 94 pitches coming into this inning. That was through the first 4 innings. A lot of pitches. Pitches a strike called in the inside corner. It's 1-2. "57 of the 94 were strikes. And another ball is barked out, and it's 2-2 to Tori Snyder. Snyder, 2 hits and 2 trips. Fouls off the pitch. 2-2 is still the count. And Callie Berge is the head coach of the Mabel-Canton Cougars. She's in that third base coaching box. Scott Trump is the head coach for the Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy. Strike 3 is called. 7th strikeout for Tobin. So down to their last 8 outs are the Mabel-Canton Cougars. Down 5-2. As a righty's pitch is up high, it's 1-0. And Bethlehem Academy graduation is tomorrow night. These ladies are on the cusp of having another game tonight. Boy, they're going to be tired. And the pitch. It slides to the backstop, 2-0. Izzy Torgerson is the designated player. She's got a hit and a ground out. Right-handed hitter. Mabel-Canton does have the long sleeves under their jersey tops. That was smart. The pitch goes all the way to the backstop. It's 3-0. Tobin does have 4 walks. There's the righty, fidgets with the ball, and the pitch is a strike call. She was looking all the way, 3-1. 3-1 is the count to the number 6 hitter in the Mabel-Canton order. As Tobin toes the rubber, and the pitch swings and fouls it off, and it's 3-2. So Tobin's come back to even. Get the 3-2 count. I sure hope they stay on this field, but my guess is they'll probably move to, because they're playing a team out of the winner's bracket. Pitches a ball, and it's walk number 5. That'll bring up Sierra Storrs. Storrs is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out. We got a runner coming in for Torgerson. I'm guessing it's going to be, the young lady who she is hitting for. And that, my friends, is Lindsey Williams playing right field. First pitch gets away, and she'll go down to second easily. To a 1-0 count. This game's far from over. The Cardinals might have a 3-run lead, but boy, Mabel-Canton has had a lot of traffic on the bases. They just have not been able to get a timely hit. 2-0 is the count now. Sierra Storrs is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Or excuse me, a pop out. 7 strikeouts for Tobin. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. Runner at second is Williams, running for herself. She's being DP'd for. Played in right field. Pitch is too low. It's 3-1. Karaoke, 8 o'clock this Saturday night at the Channel Inn in Warsaw. I guarantee you one guy who will not be singing karaoke. It's yours truly. I might go there to have some food, but I would not be a karaoke guy. Strike 3 is called, and I guess one of those that I thought was a ball was a strike. So it's strikeout number 8, both of them looking this inning. My coach would have had us run laps after the game every time you had a strikeout looking. Pitch is a ball. 1-0. 2 for 2 is Emma Hutchinson. Seriously, looks like she could hit the ball over the fence. Yeah, double her last time up. She hits a double here. A run will score. Up by 3 runs of the Cardinals, 5-2. We're in the 5th inning. 7-inning game. Pitch is a ball. 2-1 the count. Yeah, the pitches, the 2 pitchers here. Let's see, 50 pitches for, it's got to be more than 50 pitches for Winthold. I'm adding them wrong or something. 58 and 36 is 94. She was at 108 after the last inning. We got a 3-2 count to Hutchinson here. This is a big batter for Tobin, the pitch. That is strike 3 called. Wow, all 3 strikeouts this inning. We're looking 9 strikeouts for Tobin. No run score. They do have no hits. The 1 base runner was on a walk, and another runner's left in scoring position. That's 7 of them here today. 7 left in scoring position. We go to the 6th inning. The top of the 6th. The score is 5-2. Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy on the Channel in Warsaw scoreboard. Head over there for a terrific meal. Remember, they're open on Memorial Day, 11 a.m. until 10 p.m.
At Community Resource Bank, they're more than just a place to manage your money. They're your neighbors, your supporters, your financial partners. Whether you're starting fresh or planning ahead, the team at Community Resource Bank is ready to help with banking that fits your life. Stop in, say hi, and see why more people are choosing Community Resource Bank. Community Resource Bank. Let's bank together. Member FDIC.
108 pitches through 5 innings have been thrown by Wenthold for Mabel-Canton. And, in that neighborhood, too, is Tobin through 5 innings. I'll get her total in a moment as a foul ball is fisted off by Shea Hansen to start the top of the 6th, the Cardinals. They've scored their 5 runs each, 4 and 1 the last 2 innings. Pitches overhead, 1-1. A lot of things are over my head. As Wenthold delivers. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Another 23-pitch inning last inning for Tobin. Pitch rolls to the backstop. It's 2-2. Number 9 hitter, the lead hitter this inning. A 127 pitches through 5 innings for Tobin. 68 of them strikes. Pitch is called strike 3 on the inside corner. Another strikeout looking. It's number 10 for Wenthold. 9 strikeouts for Tobin. Tobin steps up. She struck out the last 2 times she's been up, was safe on an error in the first inning. Pitches a ball, 1-0. Again, if the Cardinals win, we will have the 7 o'clock game on the airwaves. Hopefully I'll have time to run and get my sweatshirt. Chances are I'll have to move. Ball's popped up, and it's a foul ball. 1-1 the count. I'm guessing they'll move to another field because a team in the winner's bracket, whoever loses in the winner's bracket, plays the winner of this game, 7 o'clock. If they win that game, they come back and play on Memorial Day at 3 in the afternoon. The pitch is inside. It is 2-1. And I doubt that they'd have the winner's bracket team come to the loser's bracket field. So that's why I think I'm probably going to have to move. There's a foul ball. Still 2-2. This era Tobin. Looking for her first hit of the day. As she steps back in the pitch, that ball is stroke foul off the little shed roof. It gets a lot of abuse here. It's perfectly placed for a ball. 2-2 the count. This will be the 6th pitch of this at bat. Wenthold approaching 120. That ball stroke foul and almost took out Scott Trump. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Umpire had to get a new ball. So the righty's pitch is hammered over the third baseman's head. Tobin's going for 2 right out of the gate, and she's going to be in there with a stand-up double. So she'll be in there with a stand-up double. Her courtesy runner is going to come in here. And that is Addie Strouth. First pitch is fouled off by Dreyer. 0-1 to count. One out, runner at second base. Here in the sixth inning, it's 5-2 Bethlehem Academy. Pitch is up in the eyes. It's 1-1. Kira does have a hit today, an infield variety. Was safe on an error last time up. The pitch is foul off. 1-2. One and two is the count. As the righty delivers. And there's a pop-up over to my right. 1-2 is still the count. So we'll try it again. Menthol's pitch is hammered. Great job by the shortstop to nail it down. She'll throw her out at first base. Advancing to third is Strouth on the throw. 2 down, and that'll bring up Caitlin Bothan, who's looking for her first hit today. She was on base on a walk back in the 4th inning in a marathon at bat, or the 3rd inning, I guess it was. A 10-pitch at bat. First pitch is a strike, 0-1 to Bothan, who is struck out and grounded out. Runner at third. Swings and pops it up. And the pitcher's going to make the catch. So that ends the 6th inning. The Cardinals don't score a run. They do collect a double off the bat of Sarah Tobin. And they leave a runner at third base. They're hoping that runner is not going to make a difference in this one. No errors here in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Down to their last 6 outs of the season are the Mabel-Canton.
Check out the Memorial Day savings this week at Fairway Meat and Grocery in Faribault. Get all natural boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $2.99 a pound. $85.15 ground beef is $4.98 a pound, sold in the 10-pound tube. Fresh sweet corn, $5 a dozen. Select varieties of Bush's baked beans are $1.98 each when you buy 2. And Pepsi 12 packs are $4.99 each when you buy 3. Fairway Meat and Grocery in Faribault. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m.
Discover the finest jewelry collection in southern Minnesota, right in downtown Canyon at Todd G. Jewelry. With an extensive selection to suit every style and budget, you'll find everything from timeless watches and elegant jewelry to unique money clips and more. Personalize your gift with a custom engraving. Add a name, a special message, or both to make it truly one of a kind. Because you don't want just any diamond. You want a Todd G. Jewelry diamond.
We've had 253 pitches combined thrown in this game. Man, oh man. And we're only in the bottom of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Whitney Williams, the shortstop. She's 0 for 2. Tobin is throwing her 128th pitch. can't read my own writing. 69 of them have been strikes. Swings and fouls it off. 0-2 is the count to Whitney Williams. Down to the last 6 outs of the Mabel-Canton Cougars. If Bethlehem Academy wins this game, we'll have the 7 o'clock game. And hopefully I'll have a little time to get set up. And I'm sure we'll have to move. Ball's popped up. They're going back on it. Nobody's going to catch it. Right between the shortstop and the left fielder. And jumping on the bag is Whitney Williams. As the two collide out there, the shortstop and the left fielder were run into each other, and they're both down. Both were going for the ball, and they need a trainer here. I would think they'd have a trainer here. You got all these athletes on one field and you don't have a trainer? Well, it looks like maybe a nurse or somebody's going to come out. As Dienst and Weesey ran into each other. For the Cardinals, and it is really a grim scene here as we got a bunch huddled around Weesey and a bunch huddled around Dienst, who collided going after that ball. I'm going to give the girl a double. Meanwhile, the players are going to go in prayer, I think, in the pitching circle. Weesey looks like she's okay. She's going to limp off with a little help from Coach Tobin. She doesn't look too much worse for the wear. Dienst is the one that looked like she might have been knocked unconscious. I'm just speculating there, but quite a limp there for Weesey. So the concern right now is for Dienst. Ed Friesen's out there talking to the umpire. They're holding the blankets around as the medical, I'm assuming medical people are working. As I said, she looked like she might have been knocked out. She was laying there and not moving. And of course you think concussion then. And chances are, if that is the case, I'm not going to play the rest of this game or the next game should they hang on and win this. They're going to find somebody else to play short. So they're getting some water out for Michaela, so that's a good sign. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are coming off the field here. tournament director, Ali Mock, is also out there. So I don't know if they need an ambulance or something where it would come here. Hopefully they got plans for that. And hopefully it's not needed, don't get me wrong. But if they do need it, hopefully they have a way to get the ambulance here. I'm not hearing any sirens or anything. So again, we are in the 6th inning. The number 9 hitter just hit a double when the left fielder and the shortstop for the Cardinals collided going after a ball in shallow left field. The shortstop is still down in the shallow left field under some blankets. There is somebody on the phone, so I don't know if they're calling for medical assistance or what. They did bring her out some water, so that's a good sign, as I said. Ed Friesen, the activities director, is out there. I was kind of blocked out, so I didn't see them collide initially. I just saw the results of the collision. Looks like they may be bringing a tractor out here. Nor are they mowing out there. Might be mowing out behind the outfield fence. Or maybe they'd bring that around, but it doesn't look like it. So obviously we got a bit of a delay here, and our number one concern is for Michaela. Let's say a little prayer for her. Looks like they have brought that tractor around. As the tournament director, Mock, is going out again. Allie's from Blooming Prairie, I believe. Was their softball coach, and they won a state title. And then went on to be an activities director. She's now running this tournament. So again, we've got an injury. Shortstop for the Cardinals. I believe Michaela's a sophomore. I might be wrong on that, but I think that's the case. Was running out on a ball and collided with the left fielder, Day Weesey, who limped off the field and is in the dugout to my left. All the Cardinals are in the dugout. All the Cougars are in their dugout. And again, they have blankets that they've surrounded Michaela
Specialty
with.
Personnel Services can solve both sides of work-related problems. For employees, they can put you to work in a short period of time with employers that are in need of your skills. For you employers, Specialty Personnel Services has a list of potential employees that have the skill set to excel on your company's team. Don't waste time chasing want ads. Let the professionals work for you. They do specializing in construction and manufacturing jobs. Specialty Personnel Services in Owatonna. Call 451-5773. In Austin, 433-5570.
She was, they were pointing like they were going to bring something in here, I think. The tractor did not come to pick her up. They were pointing out toward the parking lot. It was Ali Mock and others. So it does appear that she's probably going to need some medical attention. So again, please keep Michaela Dienst in your prayers here. After the collision, Weiss was kind of holding her leg and laying on her side, and Dienst was tummy down. I did not see her move at all, which is why I thought she might have been knocked unconscious. Just speculation. So we'll see what transpires here. And I think that's probably what we're going to wait for. I think we're waiting for an ambulance and a stretcher and to go get some x-rays or something, because they have not moved her since. The tractor's coming out now, but it's got all kinds of stuff in it. And I think they're directing him to bring the officials in here or something. I don't know exactly. Everybody's just pointing and everything. All I know is that wind is cold. They brought some kind of a medical apparatus out there. It was oxygen or what, but they've taken that away, so that's probably a good sign. Looks like they're looking for a way to get the ambulance back here, I think. You would think they'd have a plan for this, wouldn't you? I still don't hear any sirens. Lights are on the fields on the other side. We're in the North Park. The South Park has lights on. The medical personnel are here now, or at least police officers. Maybe they're police, I'm not sure, but some official-looking people are going to go out and take a look. They got their medical bag. These look like some ambulance personnel. But they did not bring any ambulance back in here. I never heard the sirens. So medical professionals are out there. I don't know if those are ambulance guys or first responders from the fire or what. I said they didn't bring any ambulance or anything back in here that I saw. They came walking in from somewhere. Oh, here it is, back here. That is the fire truck. The fire truck is here. The fire truck, ambulance, fire ambulance. And they're not bringing a stretcher out here yet that I've seen. Maybe that's one there. It doesn't look like a stretcher either. I don't. So we got another number of people checking on her, and that's a good thing. As they continue to attend to Michaela Dienst, who was on the ground in shallow left center field where she laid after colliding with the left fielder, Ade Weesey. When we resume action, it is the bottom of the 6th inning. The Cardinals have a 5-2 lead. There's nobody out for Mabel-Canton, and there'll be a runner at second base. But again, all the concern now is on Michaela Dienst. The ambulance is coming back in here. They're going to bring it in through the outfield, it appears. It's turning the corner and coming in. And they got to move some outfield. No, they can get around that. Tight fit, but they got around it. And the ambulance is coming right onto the field, number 6, here in Austin. Mayo Clinic ambulance. Well, I certainly hope she's okay. As they bring out the stretcher. Probably just heard the Cardinals saying a prayer in the dugout. As they're going to get Michaela on that stretcher and get her to the hospital. Well, they haven't got her on the stretcher yet. Marty Kosfeld here at the KDHL Sports Microphone. We got a very long delay here, unfortunately, due to an injury to the Bethlehem Academy shortstop, Michaela Dienst. She was running back on the ball. Pop fly in the shallow left field. The left fielder and Michaela collided. Left fielder came off off the field under her own power, limping. But she seems to be okay, and Dean's got the worst end of it. She's being hauled off in an ambulance here shortly. Cardinals are going to come out and warm up their arms here. So again, they still have not got her loaded up and into the ambulance yet. The ambulance is still parked on the shallow in the left field grass, just off where she had landed. As I said initially, she did look like she may have been knocked out, or she was face down and not moving. And 5-2 is our score. We're in the 6th inning. And whenever I see this much caretaking, I'm thinking neck injury. Right? You want to make sure it's stabilized before you put her on the stretcher. At least he's still limping pretty good. He's got a really good limp there, at least he does. Cardinals are up 5-2. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And they've spent a lot of time. The ambulance has been here for a while now. Stretcher's been in its position, and as I said, they're taking... And they should, right, take utmost care, but that makes me, I'm no medical professional or anything. I probably shouldn't be speculating, but when they're taking this much time, they want to, I'm guessing, put a neck brace or something on her. So, that 7 o'clock game is not going to start at 7 o'clock. Unless we have a really quick bottom of the 6th and a really quick 7th, because Mabel-Canton's a home team and they get the bat in the bottom of 7th. Again, tomorrow's graduation at Bethlehem Academy. I think Caitlin Boffin is the only senior on this team, if I'm not mistaken. The Cardinals are warming up. And they're going to try and get Michaela on that stretcher and in that ambulance. It's been parked there for a few minutes. So there's obviously not a major sense of urgency to get her to the hospital. That's the good news. And maybe not, too, as I said, you know. If it's a neck injury or something, you don't want to mess around. Make sure it's stable before you get her on the stretcher. So, looking like they're going to try and lift her onto the stretcher now. Of course, a lot of people are standing around so that we can't see what's happening out there. And it's a Mayo Clinic Austin ambulance. Obviously, the 7 o'clock game is going to start closer to 8. Whoever they're going to play has got to be here somewhere. And now it would make more sense to bring the team here rather than have whoever wins this have to go somewhere else. The applause you hear is for them getting her on the stretcher. And again, please remember Michaela Dienst in your prayers this evening. I'm anticipating we'll be resuming here shortly. They're going to run a blanket out or a jacket or something. As we get ready to resume action. Let's hear from one of our sponsors.
Minnesota Coaches Incorporated is proud to transport teams, athletes, cheerleaders, and coaches, getting you to the game all season long. Since the 1930s, they've been your trusted full-service charter planner, serving local communities with safe, reliable travel. From private charters and school trips to tour groups, sports teams, and church outings, they've got you covered. Minnesota Coaches Incorporated. Full-service travel with peace of mind. Visit MinnesotaCoaches.com or call 507-334-5121 today.
So, we are going to get her up on that ambulance. And again, we wish the best for her. They're bringing her in, and the ambulance will be leaving here shortly. Again, nobody is out. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. There'll be a runner at second base for Mabel-Canton. They're down 5-2 here in the 6th inning. The Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy, the defending section champions, are ahead. The ambulance has now loaded Michaela up. The firefighters are getting ready to go to their rig and get out of here. And the ambulance will be heading off to the hospital, which is not too far from here. And we'll see who they put at shortstop. As Pettipiece is warming up in front of us here, so I was going to say Botham played some third base last year. It appears like they're warming Pettipiece up, and somebody new might have to go to left field too. Eastie was limping pretty good. So in just a little bit, we should probably get back underway here. As I said before, it appears like we're still going to be going to another field if the Cardinals win this thing and play a 7 o'clock, well, I should say an 8 o'clock game now, and maybe later than that. Personally, I hope they move them here. But I'm guessing that the plan was to move to the winner's bracket team, and I'm going to grab my brackets here and see if I can figure out who they play. Gordy Cosfeld here at the KDHL Sports Microphone. The Falcon baseball team, by the way, which of course co-ops with BA, got a opening round home game. They're the number 4 seed in Section 1 AAA. They'll play on Saturday at 11. We'll have that game for you. They play the Austin Packers. That's who the Faribault Falcon Fastpitch team lost to earlier today in the elimination round of Section 1 AAA. Falcons lost by a score of 7-1. They were only down 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th before Austin got some runs and wins it 7-1. Looking at this, the Southland Lewiston Altura team that loses will play the winner, I think, of Mabel-Canton BA. It's either that, or if they cross back it, the Houston-Wabasha-Kellogg loser would come and play Mabel-Canton or BA. Hayfield's playing Waterville-Elysian-Morristown in the other elimination bracket game on another field here, and those games have probably, if they're not over, they got to be close to it, because we had a very long injury delay. The ambulance still is parked in the outfield. It is still not left. As the Cardinals go back to the infield, we've got Pettipiece at shortstop. And I think the new left fielder is going to be Emily Nygaard. So the ambulance is leaving the field here. And they'll be resuming action here shortly. What was that, about a half-hour delay? Something like that. Should have timed it, but I didn't. I don't see any activity on any other fields right now. So as I said, hopefully whoever plays the Cardinals or the Cougars, depending on who wins this, comes to this field. Otherwise, I might be in scramble mode. We might not get on the air right away for that game. Hand warmer. Very wise. I was just handed a hand warmer. With a score 5-2. We're going to resume action here. Well, what happened to my pen? Pitch is a strike. Ella Halverson steps in, 0-1 the count. Runner at second base. Nobody out here in the sixth. The pitch. She fouls it off. It's 0-2. Halverson's got a sweatshirt on now. The Cardinals are ahead 5-2. Down to the last 5 outs, Mabel-Canton in the pitch. A strike is, I thought he barked out a strike, but I guess it's a ball, 1-2. So again, replacing Dienst at shortstop is Pettipiece. That ball stroked very well to left field. It's going to go all the way up against the fence. Run's going to score. She's going to have herself a stand-up double. That makes the score 5-3 with nobody out. The runner in scoring position. And we'll bring up Sadie Tollefsrud. Tollefsrud was walked. Safe on an error. And she strokes it to left field. Nygaard will bring it into the infield. The run scores. And they just got back to the first base bag. So an RBI for Tollefsrud. That's a long delay. That Tobin had to go through there too, you know. And you come right back and your teammates going off in an ambulance. And So it's 5-4 now, Cardinals here in the sixth. The sixth was the do-in Indian for the Falcons earlier today. They lost to Austin here in Austin, 7-1. They were down 2-1 in the bottom of the sixth, and it was a 7-1 game. 1-0 the count to Wenthold. The pitcher has walked and grounded out and struck out. The pitch is fouled straight back. She's wearing a sweatshirt. It's 1-1. One and one is the count. We're about an hour away from sunset here, if I remember right. The pitch. It's hit. And charging the ball that time was Pettipies. She did a nice job of knocking it down. Had no play. It'll be an infield hit. The smart thing there was to not throw it wildly. So some of her teammates come over and congratulate her on doing a nice job. We got a courtesy runner coming in for Wenthold. And that is Graceland Torgerson. Still nobody out. Pitch is up high. It's 1-0. A walk and 2 strikeouts for Eichen, the catcher, the cleanup hitter. Runners at first and second with nobody out here in the sixth and a 5-4 Cardinal lead. It was 5-2 when the inning started. Swing and a miss. If you just joined us, we had about a half-hour delay due to an injury. Michaela Dienst, the starting shortstop, ran into the left fielder going after a ball at the start of this inning. Ended up being a double. It was an 0-2 count hit by Whitney Williams. It was one of those tweener balls. I remember calling it that. 2-1 the count between the left fielder and the shortstop. And evidently, nobody called the other person off and they collided. And Weesey came out with a leg injury. She was limping pretty good, but she came off under her own power. It's 3-1. And Dienst had to be carted to an ambulance and was taken off here about 5 minutes ago. Since then, it's been all Mabel-Canton's. Pitch is wide. That's a walk. The sixth walk loads the bases with nobody out. And Tori Snyder steps up. The third baseman struck out looking and singled twice. Pitch is low, 1-0. So the righty gets ready to deliver to the righty. Way overhead. Runners don't advance, which is interesting because it would have scored a run to tie the game. And there's nobody out, so I would have tried it myself. It'd take a perfect throw to get you if you took off right away. That's easy for me to say, but there's nobody out. And the pitch. It's called a strike. 2-1 the count. Tobin came into this inning with 127 pitches delivered. That ball's hit well. The center fielder's not going to get to it. Going to go over Shahans's head, go all the way to the fence. That'll be a bases clearing triple. Yep, that's exactly what it is. A bases clearing triple by Tori Snyder. 3 RBI and a lead for the first time in this game for the Mabel-Canton Cougars. Talk about a comeback. They're now up 7-5 here in the sixth. Well, you're without your starting shortstop, your starting left fielder. Ball's popped up. It's heading my way. 0-1 to count. This is the 7th person to come to the plate this inning. They came into the inning with hits in every single inning except the last inning. And the pitch. That ball's hit back to Tobin. She'll easily throw it over to Bothan. A run scores. She should have looked that runner back to third. She didn't think of it, but what do you do? 1-3, wanted to get the out. But in that situation, typically you would look the runner back to third and then throw to first to buy your first baseman time to throw it home if he decides to go. So it's now 8-5 in favor of Mabel-Canton. Just an unfortunate set of circumstances here. You're up by 3 coming into the inning, and very first batter ends up popping it up, and you have 2 people collide. 2 starters are out. And the whole feeling for the team has to be sunken, right? When your teammate's off in an ambulance going to the hospital. And the pitch. It's a strike call, 0-1. 8th person to come to the plate. There's only 1 out here in the inning. The bags are empty. Strike 2 is called. 0-2 is the count. Sierra Stores is 0 for 3 on the night. Well, it looked like the Cardinals were going to head to a 7 o'clock game, and now that is definitely uncertain. Pitch is strike 3 call. She's had a lot of strikeouts looking. That's the 10th strikeout, and the last 4 have all been looking. The 9th person to come to the plate, Emma Hutchinson, struck out looking her last time up. Pitches up high, 1-0. She's got a double in this game and a single. And she hits in the number 8 spot in the order. It looks like she could hit it to the other ballpark here. She swings and gets a piece of it. 1-1 the count. So another high pitch inning for Tobin. 29 in the first inning. 15 in the second. 28 in the third. 22 in the fourth. 23 last inning. And the pitch is too low. It's 3-1. Tobin's still wearing the sunglasses because she's still looking in that west sun, which is setting. And she walked her. The 7th walk. Umpire's going to dust off home plate. Whitney Williams popped up the ball that ended up in the collision to start this inning, and she comes to the plate. Caldera's shielding her eyes from the sun, and she's got sunglasses on. Ball gets away from Lippert. She throws it down, but Hutchinson will easily gain second base. 1-0 the count to Halverson. The 10th person to come to the plate this inning. The pitch is hammered. Center fielder Hansen nicely charges it, gets it in, holds her to a single. Boy, she really hit that on the screws. Going to third is Hutchinson. So you got runners at first and third with 1 out. Or no, 2 outs. There's 2 outs here. I forgot about the strikeout. 2 outs, and Sadie Tollefson steps in. Pitches up high. The runner easily gains second base. No throw. 1-0 the count to Tollefson. She's got 2 hits, or no, 1 hit on the day. She's walked and been safe on an error. Pitch is strike. 1-1 the count. One as Tobin delivers. And it's going to be a ball. 2-1. Boy, the Cardinal fielders have to feel like they've been out there for an hour. The pitch. Because literally they have. Pitches up high. It's 3-1. Kennedy had a half-hour delay with the injury to Dienst, who sadly was carted off. First base coach is wearing gloves here in front of me. The pitch is hopped up. Center fielder goes back, and makes, she made a great catch. She caught it, then bobbled it, and hung with it. Shea Hansen with an outstanding catch to end the bottom of the 6th, but not before 6 runs are scored in the inning. That's right, 6 runs are scored. Let's see, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And there were a couple of walks in there too. And I don't think there were any errors. No errors. And there was a runner left at third base and a runner left at second. So they have 2 of them in scoring position. Cardinals are hoping those runs matter. Cardinals are down to their last 3 outs. Down 8-5 as we go to the top of the 7th.
At J-Mo's Bowl in Faribault, you always strike a great meal. Let J-Mo's Bowl prepare and deliver the food right to you, or host an unforgettable graduation open house right there on their property. Access to sand volleyball, darts, bowling, and don't forget Thursdays mean $2 per game bowling and $10 cheeseburger baskets. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 11 to midnight. Closed on Sundays and Mondays. Go to JMOSbowl.com for details.
Minnesota Coaches Incorporated is proud to transport teams, athletes, cheerleaders, and coaches, getting you to the game all season long. Since the 1930s, they've been your trusted full-service charter planner, serving local communities with safe, reliable travel. From private charters and school trips to tour groups, sports teams, and church outings, they've got you covered. Minnesota Coaches Incorporated. Full-service travel with peace of mind. Visit MinnesotaCoaches.com or call 507-334-5121 today.
Channel in Warsaw. Scoreboard says 8-5, and Jenna Lippert gets on base to start the 7th inning with a single. The first pitch, she slugs it to center field. That'll bring up Addie Wessie, or excuse me, she's not batting here. That's right. It's going to be, let's see, they put in Emily Nygaard for her. She was in that collision and came out limping very noticeably. She's here sitting on the bench, supporting her teammates. I think her mom came over and asked her if she wanted to go have her leg looked at. She said, no, I'm fine. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. I don't think this is Nygaard, though. This is a different number. I gotta get my binoculars out. Strike 2. This is Quinn Ray Robley, who fouls off the next pitch. 0-2 the count to Ray Robley. Right-handed hitter against the righty Wentworth, and her pitch. And she watched it go by, strike 3. 11th strikeout for Wentworth. And I got a foul ball here. 0-1 the count. .126 pitches coming into this inning for Wentworth. Both these pitchers have thrown a ton of pitches in this game. This is a pop-up that's going to be not caught. It's another foul ball for Evelina Caldera. Well, what happened to Pettipies? But there's 2 outs here. So I must have been asleep. We're down to our last out here. 1-2 the count. The righty's pitch. She fouls. There's the third baseman throws over to first, and Mabel-Canton picks up the win in come-from-behind fashion. 8-5 is your final score. On the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard, the Channel Inn has terrific food. I'll tell you more about the Channel Inn right after.
Specialty Personnel Services can solve both sides of work-related problems. For employees, they can put you to work in a short period of time with employers that are in need of your skills. For you employers, Specialty Personnel Services has a list of potential employees that have the skill set to excel on your company's team. Don't waste time chasing want ads. Let the professionals work for you. They do specializing in construction and manufacturing jobs. Specialty Personnel Services in Owatonna. Call 451-5773. In Austin, 433-5570.
Well, the Cardinals of Bethlehem Academy looked like they had this baby kind of in the bag going into the 6th inning, but then unfortunate circumstances happened. So they end up in the game with just 5 runs on, let's see here, they did get a hit in the 7th. And they had 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 hits. They finished the game with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9 runners left. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were left in scoring position. And the Cardinals, I don't think had, I don't think they had an error in my book. I take that back. They had one error. That's right, a throwing error. A throwing error in the game. As the Mabel-Canton Cougars finish the game with 8 runs. They collect 11 hits. They had 1, 3, 4 errors in the game. And left on base, left on base were 2, 3, 4, let's see here, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 11 runners were left on base. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9 of the 11 were in scoring position. Wow. So again, your line totals for Mabel-Canton, 8 runs on 11 hits. They commit 4 errors, leave 11 runners on, 9 in scoring position. And for the Cardinals at Bethlehem Academy, they score 5 runs on 8 hits. They commit one error in this game and leave 9 runners on, 5 of them in scoring position. 137 pitches were thrown by Winthold, 93 strikes. She was the winning pitcher for Mabel-Canton, had 11 strikeouts. Sort of the difference in the game was the fact that she only walked a couple of batters. Meanwhile, Sarah Tobin had 7 walks. She struck out 10 batters. And I'm just now adding up these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She threw 19. She threw 31 pitches in that long 6th inning where she had that long half-hour wait when her teammate was hurt. Her teammates, there were more than one hurt. 158 total pitches on the day for Tobin. And let's see here. 68, 78, 87 of the 158 were strikes in this game. So the marathon game is over. It ended and ran around 8:05. After starting at 5:32, did I write down the start time? And the main reason is a half-hour injury delay. And again, please remember Michaela Deanston, your thoughts and prayers on the Channel in Warsaw scoreboard. Your final again, 8-5, Mabel-Canton. Season comes to an end for the Cardinals. They finished their year 6-13. Mabel-Canton now 13-10 advances to play whoever lost in a winner's bracket game. We'll get all that sorted out for you in our sports tomorrow morning. Our sports comes your way every Monday through Friday at 7:40 in the morning on the mighty 920 KDHL. Yours truly usually shares all that information with you on our sports. As I told you earlier, Bethlehem Academy's graduation is tomorrow. We want to wish the very best of luck to all the graduates, and hopefully you'll come back home. But in reality, I know, because I've been to a lot of my high school reunions, and I've had classmates that were teammates on teams that I was on that have never come to one. I mean, ever. They didn't come to the 5-year, the 10-year, never have ever come to one, which is kind of sad, really. I wanted to see them, but I didn't get a chance to do that because they never came. So hope you all have a great rest of the night. We'll send it back to KDHL for some fantastic music.
When you fly with Hawaiian Airlines, it's hard to tell where your flight ends and vacation begins. Relax with free Starlink, the fastest Wi-Fi in the sky, thanks to T-Mobile. Go ahead, stream your movie, book the couple's massage, make a dinner reservation while we bring you to our island home. Hawaii starts here.